Take a look at this cool truck. It's a 1951 Ford cab-over. Some people call it a COE, cab-over engine. It's pretty rare, there's not too many of these left. It was considered the semi-truck of the time, so they used it for hauling grain or hauling other stuff. Under the hood you can't see much of the motor because the engine's actually mostly under the cab. It's a flathead V8. They usually had about 85 or 90 horsepower, which is pretty low compared to today's standards. You can see the electrical is pretty primitive, you know, there's not much to it. Quite a bit of space behind the cab. There used to be a flatbed on here, and the plan is to put a food truck box on the back. The truck's in really good shape. It was painted probably quite a few years ago, but doesn't seem like there's any rust. So under this cover here is the engine. So you're kind of riding inside with the engine. It's got push button start, so you turn the key on, and the button's over here. You can see that the engine turns over real slow because it's 6 volt. Older trucks like this were only used with a 6 volt battery. You can see it's got a radio, and that's the vintage heater, which still works. And the heat has come out here, so you can feel a little bit, but there's not much. So you had to be pretty tough back then, because in this time you'd freeze. This truck's got 57,000 miles on it. And you can hear that this engine of this truck just purrs. It's pretty quiet, smooth. A little bit of an exhaust leak, you can see. And it's got these chrome stacks on it. I'll turn on the lights here. See up top, it's got 3 little lights. Kind of like today's semi trucks. They usually put lights all over them. Just clearance lights. They made this body style in 1951 and in 1952. After that, they switched over and changed the body style of it. Big tires on it. It's got 20-inch wheels. And then this step here also comes off, and that's where the battery's kept. So easy access to the battery. They didn't go very fast. They went about 45 miles an hour, and also they rode pretty rough. Leaf spring suspension, but it's stiff. I mean, once you got a lot of weight on the back, then it would soften up a little.